Hello, this is Marlene Byrne. I'm with the League of Women Voters at Portland, and you are watching Video Voters Guide. We are in the studios of MetroEast talking with the candidates running in the November 2018 general election. We have invited all the candidates who filed for this race. There are many reasons during this busy candidates season for candidates accepting or being unable to appear with me. Today with me is Brian Pierson, running for State Representative, District 27, and you were able to accept our invitation today. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
And our first question, what is your top priority and how would you accomplish it?
Sure, that's a great opportunity to say reason for I'm running is to really serve our people. And the thing I'm really trying to do from a top priority is be able to put activities in place that allows us to take care of people, meaning transportation, access to health care, helping others. When it comes down to it, though, that's been one of the challenges in the state, is being able to find that balance between what we really want to get done and being able to afford it. And what I'd like to be able to do is take advantage of having almost 30 years in business and industry and being able to run these projects as the way we would run our own households. Being able to say, let's figure out what we want to focus on, figure out how we're going to get it done, and then hold ourselves accountable to get it done. And that, from being with my experience, really have 5 kind of guiding principles that I like to apply in government to be able to get this priority done. Taking care of our families, always keeping them at the focus, but operating in a way with mutual trust and respect. Something that we have seen of late especially is difficult. As an independent, I want to be able to go across both sides of the aisles to be able to take the best ideas, both Democratic and Republican, taking the social support systems of the Democrat with the conservative financial values potentially of the Republican to turn that into the plans we want to be able to execute. With that fiscal responsibility, real plans operating in a way that allows us to be successful.
Okay, and our next question is, what steps would you take to ensure more Oregonians are hired and are qualified to accept the jobs tough today?
Now that's again a great question that I had a challenge from running businesses in Oregon and being able to find qualified candidates. It all starts with our school systems. Being able to ensure that we're keeping our teachers supported, giving them more control over their classrooms, to ensure that our students are able to have the access to the tools and technologies that they need to be able to take themselves to the next level. Years ago, I was a professor and I wrote my master's thesis on integrating computers into classrooms. We need to continue to be able to do those types of things to make our students in Oregon even more and more competitive. It's an opportunity as well to partner with industry, taking some of that experience I have in different businesses to be able to now take our education system with our industry systems, bring them together to help create the curriculum that we need to be able to have our students ready after the secondary education to be successful. Because technology of today continues to advance, continues to move forward, and our traditional education systems need that next level to make our Oregonian students even more successful in the future.
Thank you. And the next question here is, how can the legislature provide a stable, adequate, long-lasting term funding for public education?
Well, it starts with our ability for funding. One of the things I've learned over life was anyone can do more with more. Many can do less with less. But our challenge as legislators is to do more with less and to be able to figure out what our budget is today. The first thing I would like to be able to do is kind of just a stepwise approach and kind of call it now, next, later. What can we do now? What leads us next? And what's more of that long-term solution? Now, let's go find where we have some waste in the budget, and we all look at it, we see the news, we can be able to go, why are we really spending that? And let's go after those dollars to bring them back so that we can have our budget to become a little more stable for us to be successful to provide the social services and the education that we need. And at the same time, treat our budget as our own. Because when we treat it as our own and we look at what we're spending and ask ourselves, really, is that what we're really comfortable doing? To ensure that we can then create that stable, budgetary platform that allows us to continue to fund education repeatably and reliably. The way we continue to do that is to ensure that we're successful as an economy, because our economy kind of drives what's in our budget. So as a legislator, make sure we've got laws that continue to stimulate our economy, make sure that our businesses are a place that they want to be at and come to Oregon, be able to thrive, provide that technical base to allow our students to be able to grow into after and aspire to be. I remember when I was a student years and years ago, of all things I can remember Mr. McDonald in the 8th grade, science teacher. And we all at that age are trying to figure out what we want to be. And he was so compelling and so excited to teach us about geology. I remember riding away to Morton Salt to get a piece of halite because, and he got me excited to be a scientist, to be excited to be an engineer. For us as legislators, it's our challenge to ensure that our educators have the freedom to teach, have the resources to do it, and to inspire our students. Let's make sure that as legislators, we're focusing on the funds, the resources that provide that repeatability, that security, that allows the focus on education as opposed to concerning where the budget's going to be, concerning, do we need to shorten a school year to make a budget shortfall? Who does that hurt? It hurts our students. So at the end of the day, what I'm really focused on is to ensure that we provide the financial stability and understanding to ensure that we have a budget that comes out of Salem that is achievable, sustainable, and then we as the legislators can focus on that to ensure we're successful, because that allows educators to focus on the students. And that's really what, when it comes down to it for me, is to say we can draw companies into Oregon, make them be a place that they want to put their businesses, their headquarters, because that's what creates the jobs and the infrastructure and the revenue base for us all to be successful. That allows us now then to draw from that revenue base to repeatably fund our schools, fund our education, look at more creative ways to be successful, partnering with the educators. That's what I'm excited to be able to do as a legislator, is to kind of span both sides of the aisle. Find the best, find the brightest, pick the best, and make sure we can fund it.
Sounds great. Sounds good. And thank you for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And this has been Video Voters Guide. And thank you for watching and being with us. Remember, the general election is Tuesday, November 6th. We urge the voters to visit the League of Women Voters website and to use vote 411 for comprehensive coverage, where candidates can also choose to include more information, including their own YouTube videos. So be sure and inform yourself about the candidates and ballot measures and exercise your right to vote. Again, vote on November 6th, 2018. And thank you for being with us.